as you said today, there's a deluge of information and you don't know what's real or not. You don't know what you can trust. But in some ways, ironically, I think it makes titles like Bloomberg, the Financial Times, the Economist, the New York Times more and more important.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have a leader in Trump who tries to minimize what is the meaning of media and free media, and saying that, to be truthful, there is a lot of fake news, and he's not wrong. But these are not the sources of fake news, right?
Yeah.
So, the thing in the end is that producing good content, accurate content, takes money, right? And you have to have an audience that supports that in some way, whether through advertisements, sponsorships, and then of course we've all gotten used to getting everything free, right? I don't have to pay for Google, I don't have to pay for Facebook, and because of that, today you don't pay for subscriptions, or people don't get used to paying for subscriptions. And I think there's something lost in that, right? Very famously, well, if you're not paying for Google or Facebook or whatever, well, then what's the product? You're the product, right? You're being sold to all the time. Your attention is a product. That's the currency that matters.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I said, it leads to a lot of moral hazard, because if you're Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, you don't care. I just want you to keep watching. Right? That makes me money. I don't care if the content's good or bad. That's what's worrisome today. But in the end, look, I'm glad to be able to have Bloomberg Business Week here. I'm glad we have our digital channel finally up. Hopefully it becomes something used to the majority of the business community here. And hopefully it becomes something that, again, that people care about and, not only read, but share, right? Share in terms of commenting, or even, working directly with our editorial on the ideas.
And information has really truly become that place.
Yeah.
And actually what we are seeing in the trend is the trend of people who are willing more and more paying to read highly curated information. And the case in point would be Substack. So it's blogs in which you become the content creator and people will subscribe to read your content because you are the researcher, and your brand as a curator are very well drafted in that zone in which you wrote about. And I think Bloomberg is exactly playing that role. And I think the more everything becomes so large with this large amount of content, we just see more noise. I really want to ask you, how is it for you to divide signal from noise in this day of age? An experience to help, because I'm sure a lot of our reader and listener are of a younger age, and 100% they are all struggling with this.
Yeah.